who can resist a creamy cheesecake swirled with ribbons of chocolate on top of a rich brownie crust? Now for this recipe, you want to make sure you have a springform pan as well as your stand mixer. So let's get started with our crust. Now we're going to add our butter. This is unsalted room temperature butter. We've got brown sugar, 1 egg yolk, cocoa powder. This is our all-purpose flour. And a little vanilla. Now we're going to turn our mixer to speed 2 for about 1.5 minutes. We want to make sure we get all the goodies off the paddle here, so we're just using a spatula. We want to put this into a prepared springform pan. We're just going to use a little non-stick cooking spray to coat all the sides. And we'll dump our mixture into there. You want to pat this down evenly, so it's about a 1/2 inch thick across the bottom and up the sides of your springform pan. Okay, now this goes into a 350-degree oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. And we already have one baked and cooled, and we're going to start our cream cheese mixture. You want to fit the mixer with a flat mixing paddle, and we're going to cream our cream cheese. We'll set the mixer to speed 1 for 30 seconds. Now we're going to increase to speed 2 and add our sugar 1/4 cup at a time, and let the mixer run for about 30 seconds after each addition. We're going to stop and scrape the bowl before we add the rest of the sugar. So far I've added about half the sugar. This is important so you make sure that all the sugar and the cream cheese incorporate evenly. That way, anything that's stuck to the paddle or the bottom of the bowl will incorporate. Okay, we're going to continue on speed 2, and we're going to add the eggs one at a time. Again, beat for about 30 seconds after each egg to make sure they incorporate. We're going to stop and scrape the bowl again. This is important with a cheesecake because you don't want any clumps. You really want everything to mix evenly and smoothly to give you that rich creaminess. It's important that you add the eggs one at a time so that they incorporate evenly. If you were to add them all at one time, they could splash out of the bowl. You would have a lot of clumps and a mess of a cheesecake. Now we're adding our vanilla extract. Once your vanilla is in, you want to turn it down to speed 1 and let it run about 1 minute. Okay, now we're going to add this to our cooled crust, but we want to reserve about 2 cups into our mixing bowl. You can see how rich and thick and creamy this is. Smooth it out evenly. Now we're going to add our semi-sweet chocolate back into the mixing bowl. It was melted and cooled, and this will give us that beautiful swirl and that rich chocolate flavor. You don't have to completely incorporate this. We're going for a marbled look. So now we want to place this on top of the cheesecake. Just use your spatula and drop by large spoonfuls on top of the mixture in the pan. Now we're going to complete the marbling. You can use a knife or a spatula. You just want to swirl the chocolate mixture into the cream cheese mixture on the bottom. Now that we've finished the marbling, you want to place this into a roasting pan or a jelly roll pan so that we can create a water bath. To make a water bath, you just pour about 2 inches of water into your roasting pan. That way your crust won't burn before the cake finishes baking. Now you want to place this into a 350-degree oven for about 1 hour and 10 minutes. And isn't that gorgeous? It's like a piece of artwork with those beautiful swirls, and we simply just finished it with some fresh raspberries and mint leaves. I'd be proud to serve this at any dinner party.